This is Brent with Right Side Rides. I'm working on my 2017 F150 with the 3.5 EcoBoost. I am going to be changing out my water pump right down in there. I had this replaced under extended warranty back in November of 23, and it has started to leak again. So it lasted 27 months of the 24-month warranty, which is kind of disappointing. Now, I don't know if they changed the thermostat, which is the thermostat is right behind here, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again. These are the parts that I ordered. I'm going with a Gates water pump, and here is the part number. I got everything from Rock Auto. The reason I'm going with this is that to me, Gates is a good quality aftermarket part supplier, but also they have a limited lifetime warranty on the water pump versus the Motorcraft 24 months. This right here is the seal for the water pump outlets. Here's the part number right there. Then over here I did get a Motorcraft thermostat, the gasket for the thermostat, and this right here is the part number for the thermostat housing. Next up is you need to drain the coolant from your vehicle. So this right here is the lower radiator hose, and what you need to do is move towards the front of the truck, and you can see this right here is the drain screw, and it's kind of hard to tell, but there's put like a hose right here, and then open this up and you can drain into your container, so that way you can save as much coolant as possible, so that way you don't have to use as much. Next up is you need to remove this coolant bottle. There's two 10mm bolts. There's one here, there's one there, but you also need to take this spring off. Take this off and this will come down. That way you can take this and you can move it out of the way. Now that I got this all loosened up and everything, I'm going to remove the top of the air filter box, and I'm going to remove this Y. And these are 7mm back in here. This one right here, remove this and get this out of the way. Your next step is to only loosen these three 10mm bolts on this water pump pulley. Once you just loosen them, then you can come down here. I go from the bottom to loosen up the belt tensioner so I can remove the serpentine belt from there. And then once that belt is off, then you can come back up top and then finish taking all three of these bolts out, and then totally remove this water pump pulley. So my next step, I know some people, they'll try to remove some of these charge coolers and everything. I think the manual says to remove this little crossover hose right here. I'm going to try to do without removing that. I don't know if I'm going to be successful or not, but there's only two bolts. There is a 10mm here, and then there's another, it's not going to focus, but there's another one on this back side. Let me see. Oh, right there. That bottom one, right, where is it? Oh, right there. There's another 10mm. And at that point, this whole piece. Next on the list is I'm going to remove and replace the thermostat, since I don't know if it was replaced when the water pump was placed, and all it is just an 8mm. You need to remove this bolt here, this one, that's not this one, but the one right above it, and then this one right there, and that will move this out and allow me to replace the thermostat. Okay, I do have the thermostat out. This is my old one, and the little pressure bleeder, bubbler, whatever you want to call it, this little right here that allows air to come out. It was at the 12 o'clock position, which is supposed to be, so whenever I do put in the new one, always remember, it's not just on these F150s, that part right there always goes at the 12 o'clock position. Now, going back to whether I think my thermostat was replaced when the water pump was placed, And also, just to let you know, my truck has had the cam phasers changed out twice. The first replacement was with the original part numbers, and the second time that they were replaced was with the new one. I have seen that a lot of times that they do replace the thermostats, because some people have reported that they have overheating issues. I have never had any overheating issues, and my truck is just under 155,000 miles. But just to let you know, the old ones have the metal backing and the new one has the plastic, so which leads me to believe this has never been changed, or if it has, it was with the old part number. This is the OEM gasket, and if you notice right there in the middle, that little cutout right there, that makes it nice and simple to go around and fits right in there. I'm keeping with the original thermostat, which I believe is 195 when it opens up. So let me go ahead and put this back in. One thing I like to do is sometimes if it's hard to see and you're looking to take something off, what I like to do is look at the new part and just kind of like take a look, and you can easily see the bolt pattern, and kind of helps determine where you need to take the next bolt off when you're taking off the old part. That's the one thing I like to do. Now, being mine's a 17, I've already put this plate on there. Some of them, I believe maybe 2018 and newer, they use this part. So the Gates brand, that does give you both, but like I said, mine in particular uses this block off plate. All right, I did get the water pump replaced. This is the new water pump. Right there, got it all torqued down. I did have to remove this right here to give me access to this bolt over here. I did have to loosen up this hot side pipe, and also had to loosen it down where it enters the intercooler to give me a little bit of flexibility to move this. One word of advice is get the bolts, the top of the bolts of the water pump up from top, but also if you're on the ground, you can also get a lot of those lower bolts to take them off and put them back on. And also to make it a little bit easier, I did take off the belt tensioner, which actually once again helped be able to remove the water pump. So I'm going to be putting this all back together. Like I said, I got a few more hoses to put back together, so let me show you real quick. Here is the original water pump. This right here came off, but this actually goes into the pipe itself. And right here is the back side of it. Now this does come off, but it's not wanting to. But yeah, the water pump does come in two pieces. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Thank you. All right, this should be the last part of this. I do have everything all put together. Got my levels correct. Got everything all put back together. One thing to remember is whenever you put the pulley back on, that you just have it snugged up. I mean, just like finger tight. And then you put the serpentine belt on, and then make sure, because I almost forgot, make sure that once the serpentine belt is back on, that you do fully torque it down to the proper specs, and that way you don't have any issues with the pulley flying off or your serpentine belt flying off. But consider this job complete. I have no leaks down here. I will keep monitoring it, and hope this works out for you guys. Thanks.